How did 16 people survive 72 days in the freezing Andes after the world believed they were dead? On October 13, 1972, Flight 571 crashed high in the Andes between Uruguay and Chile. Stranded with almost no food and surrounded by endless snow, the survivors faced impossible choices just to stay alive. 45 passengers and crew had boarded what was supposed to be a routine flight to Chile. Most were members of a young rugby team. As the aircraft crossed the Andes, bad weather and a navigation error placed it directly in the path of the mountains. Zacząć was. The pilots tried to climb, but it was too late. The wings were torn away and the aircraft crashed onto the frozen slopes. 29 people survived the impact and waited for rescue, believing help would arrive within hours. Instead, they found themselves completely isolated in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Food quickly ran out, and freezing nights pushed them to the limits of human endurance. Then came devastating news. A small radio revealed that the official search had been called off. The world believed they were dead. Days later, an avalanche buried the wreckage, killing more survivors and destroying what little hope remained. With no rescue coming and starvation setting in, the group made an unimaginable decision in order to stay alive. 0.5. After more than 2 months, 2 survivors volunteered to cross the mountains on foot in search of help. For 10 days, they climbed through snow, ice, and impossible terrain before finally reaching greener valleys. A Chilean herdsman spotted them across a river and helped deliver their message to the authorities. But even after help was found, the survivors still had to wait for rescue. The mountains that had trapped them for more than 2 months were still dangerous and unforgiving. When the helicopters finally arrived, rescuers could hardly believe what they were seeing. 16 people were still alive in a place where survival seemed impossible. They had endured freezing temperatures, hunger, fear, and the loss of their friends, yet they refused to give up. Their rescue became a worldwide story, raising questions about survival, human limits, and the choices people make when pushed to the edge. Rescue helicopters finally reached the crash site, saving the remaining 16 survivors after 72 days in the Andes. The story of Flight 571 remains one of the greatest examples of courage, determination, and the human will to survive ever recorded.